Liberty Flames men's soccer team returns home on Friday night to take on the NC State Wolfpack. My name is Nick Pierce, visiting with the head coach of the Flames, Jeff Alder. And before we talk about the upcoming matchup with NC State, Coach, let's first revisit William & Mary this past Tuesday night when your club went over to Williamsburg to take on the Tribe. Close ball game. You guys almost were able to come from behind in that 3-0 deficit. Just fell a little bit short.
Yeah, very disappointing result for us. I thought our guys showed, great resiliency. We showed a lot of grit once we got down. But unfortunately, we're playing a team that's a top 25, top 30 program year in and year out, and we didn't manage a couple critical moments like we should have, and they were good enough to capitalize on those mistakes we made. And then ultimately we get down and we got back to 3-2 with about 12 minutes left. And I really felt we were going to overtime at that point. We had guys warming up, trying to get them ready for overtime. We were chasing that third goal, and then unfortunately we conceded a goal with about 2.5 minutes left. So at the end of the day, the result was disappointing, but I was proud of the fact that once we got ourselves in that hole, we dug ourselves out. But we've got to do a little bit better, I think, defensively in a couple key spots. So we'll look at the film today and get ready for Friday night.
I was going to say, as you turn the page to Friday night now, a 1-1 record, what are a couple of things on tape that you want to point out to the guys?
Well, I think overall our collective defensive responsibility, where we went over the scouting report about William & Mary, who's a very good team going forward, who's very, very dangerous in transition, and the level we're playing at right now, when you talk about William & Mary and NC State and James Madison, when you're playing these NCAA tournament teams, there's a razor-thin line between winning and losing, and you don't want to ever beat yourselves. Well, last night we just had a couple mistakes defensively where we could have been a little bit tighter. I thought we could have cleared or really secured a second ball in some certain areas. But a couple of their goals, 3 of their goals actually came off of our possession, where we've got to make some better choices, some better decisions under pressure in hopes to alleviate some of that stuff. But with us, we were right back in it, got it to 3-2. We're fighting, chasing, clawing, trying to get that next goal. So our resiliency was off the charts. And I love that about this group, that they're not chasing the scoreboard. Ultimately, we feel the scoreboard will take care of itself if we do what we've been trained to do, if we do what we're supposed to do. And then ultimately we've got to get some timely goals. And last night after they scored, we had a chance to get a tying goal, and we just missed executing off of a turnover, and the ball ended up going right over the crossbar and hitting the net. But we felt there was a chance for us to tie the game there, which would have ultimately changed the outcome a little bit. But you got to get some timely goals.
So heading into Friday night, NC State comes to town, ACC school. Obviously, that's always a big deal when you can bring a team of that caliber here, and not just an ACC program, but a very good program that's on the fringe of the top 25 as well. Give us a scouting report on the Wolfpack.
Kelly Finley, their coach, does a great job. They'll be very organized, very structured. Ultimately, for us, it's going to be taking care of the ball, creating some opportunities, taking care of the ball, and then also staying organized. They've been in and out of the top 25 the last couple years. They've probably got their best and deepest group this year, so we look for them to kind of, really make a chase for the NCAA tournament. And then ultimately, it looks like they're going to be in the top half of the ACC, which is arguably the number one conference in college soccer. So us is, just making sure we block out all the noise, manage and control what we can control in terms of our effort, our attitude, our work rate. And then we've got to stay organized, because they will be good in transition and good on the counter. And you're dealing with a lot of sophisticated players. But ultimately, this is why our guys came to Liberty, to play William & Mary, to play NC State, to play James Madison. Those are the teams, NCAA tournament teams, year in and year out, that we're trying to play in order to prepare ourselves for conference play, and then ultimately a run at a conference championship, and then postseason play.
Block out the noise for sure for your team, but if you're a fan, we want you to bring the noise here at Osborne Stadium on Friday night. 7 o'clock start time, Liberty and NC State. Coach Alder, we appreciate the time.
Thank you. We'll see you Friday night.
That's head coach Jeff Alder of the Liberty Flames men's soccer team, and my name is Nick Pierce for the Liberty Flames Sports Network.